Put up a chicken fence, mulch the vegetables, order logs for the fire, make more tyre planters, find somewhere to put all the food I'm preserving, get winter tyres on the car.
6 weeks ago, I made an optimistically long list of everything I wanted to get done before winter arrived here in Scotland. Somehow, now it's November, the days are pretty short, and I still have about 2/3 of the list left to go.
One of the big things on my to-do list is get another 8 raised beds built for the vegetable garden, which will double my growing space for next year. And I'd like to be able to plan exactly what I'm going to grow over the winter. So if I can get these in now, that'll be great. When I built the first set of raised beds, I sized them to make the most efficient use of the timber, which tends to come in 4.8 metre lengths. So I made my beds 2.4 metres by 1.2 metres, which is roughly 8 foot by 4 foot. And since then, every time I've gone to order timber from whatever stockist I've used, they have been out of stock of the timber that I want in 4.8 metre lengths, and they've only had it in 4.2 metre lengths, which means I've had to order more, and I've got loads of little bits that I can't use for the raised beds, and we'll have to find another use for, which is fine, but it's not the efficient project that I planned from the start. It's amazing how much more efficient you get when it's your third time doing something. It is bedtime for chicks. I can never remember how this works. Okay, that sounds promising. It smells promising, jeez.
To try and make the timber I'm using for my raised beds last as long as possible, I'm using a traditional Japanese wood preservation technique called yakisugi. The charred finish helps protect the wood from water, insects and rot, and there's nothing like using a blowtorch to perk you up on a cold day. It turns out it's also a technique that's a lot more efficient when your propane tank actually has something in it. Who'd have thought?
I feel like the Pied Piper of chickens. Come on. Inside. The problem with living in front of a hill is the sun goes down behind it about an hour before it sets officially. And I don't really notice that in summer, but you really, really do in winter. It's amazing how much difference a full tank of propane makes to how fast this job is. I've been trying so hard to get as much done as possible before the cold weather arrives, and it's so mild today that all of my windows have steamed up on the outside because it is warmer outside than it is inside. I'd hoped to have been well into the assembly of my raised beds by now, but I've spent a few days this week helping some friends with a big project, and I've had to make multiple trips to the DIY shop as nothing has gone quite according to plan. But I'm hoping that I can get the rest of my wood charred today, and if it stays dry, maybe get a couple of the beds assembled. Okay, let's see if my new propane blowtorch actually works. I mean, that's not going to help it work, is it? Oh, God. I often think I'm making life harder for myself because there are definitely easier ways of making raised beds, but these will hopefully last a long time, and I've preserved them without using chemicals, which is always nice. And I haven't done the maths on exactly how many of the fancy metal modular ones I'd have needed for the same amount of growing space, but I'm pretty sure that it would have been cost prohibitive. So it's probably worth it in the end. Hopefully tomorrow the weather will be dry enough for me to get them assembled and into the ground. But for now, I need a shower because I am filthy. I'm going to a little get together with my neighbours this weekend, and in an effort to use up some of my never ending supply of eggs, I made a batch of carrot cupcakes with some of my homegrown carrots last night. And before I go back outside and crack on with my raised beds, I'm going to put a little lemon drizzle icing on them. They're delicious, and they only use 175 grams of carrot, so I'm going to be able to make hundreds. A lot of what I'm doing at the cottage comes from a desire to be more sustainable and have a positive impact on the area around me. From growing my own food to repurposing old junk that would otherwise end up in landfill, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at the small scale projects. Knowing how to make a difference on a larger scale is trickier, which is why I've partnered with Planet Wild for this week's ad. Planet Wild is a community based nature protection organisation. Every month, their community of over 14,000 members funds a carefully selected rewilding mission. It's like crowdfunding for nature, and they document all their missions in video reports right here on YouTube so you can see what your contribution helped achieve. There's only so much good I can do as one person in my garden. Being a member of Planet Wild means I get to be a part of much bigger projects all across the world without needing to find a pet sitter. It's very easy to get caught up in negativity when it comes to the state of the environment. Planet Wild don't just show the problems and stop there, they show solutions and spread hope that we can still protect nature. One of their missions was right here in Scotland, less than 50 miles from where I live, rewilding 30 hectares of monocultured forest to create habitats for plants and animals and increase biodiversity and resilience of a remnant of ancient Caledonian pine forest. If you want to see it in action, check out the link in the description. If you want to be a part of something bigger and join a community that makes a difference in nature, sign up to Planet Wild for whatever amount, big or small, feels right to you. The first 100 people to sign up using my code JUDE11 will get their first month for free. To claim your free month, scan the QR code or click the link in the video description. And don't worry, you can cancel anytime. We've got a lot to do today, Chucks. It's going to be a very busy day. My goal for the day, if the weather stays like this, is to get all of the beds assembled and level into the ground. I'm already too hot and haven't even started yet. All 4 beds are assembled. Now I've just got to get a coat of linseed oil on them and then they're ready to go into the ground and get leveled, which might be the worst job of the whole lot. Why have I got an extra bit of wood? Oh, that'll do. If I ever get around to making merch, it's just going to be a t-shirt that has "that'll do" written on it. I've got about 3 hours of daylight left and I really should start getting these level, but I really don't want to do it. I'm taking next week off though, and if I get them done now, I won't need to do them next week, so I should probably just suck it up and get on with it. Whenever I do this, I get a handful of comments from people saying, dude, why aren't you doing no dig? And I am doing no dig for my gardening, but in order to put raised beds in on a hill, some digging has to happen. One in, 3 to go, but the sun's gone down behind the hill, so I don't know if this is a job that's going to get finished this week. Anyone would think you never get fed, which is not true. And now I've got space for the other feed bag in here, which is good, because my workshop is full of chicken stuff. Yeah, because you guys just take over. For 4 quite small birds, you take up quite a lot of room in my life. Yeah, you do. It's definitely not my favourite job, but it is pretty satisfying. I've hit a bit of a snag. I know that there's 2 rows of daffodils that go right down the centre of the garden, and I've hit one of them and pulled up all of the bulbs that would be coming up through the raised bed, but I can't find the second one, and I need to just keep digging little exploration holes until I hit a patch of bulbs, because if I put the bed in, line it with hardware cloth and fill it with soil, when they sprout, I am never going to be able to get them out again, and ideally I don't want loads of daffodils growing up through my vegetable beds, so I kind of need to find them. But I'm quite tired now, and the daffodil treasure hunt is not quite as exciting as it sounds. I don't think 3 out of 4 is that bad for an afternoon's work, and despite 3 solid hours of manual labour, my watch has just told me that I should consider going for a brisk walk because I haven't moved enough today. My watch is out of luck because I'm going inside for a bath. I'm taking next week off because I realised that I haven't had a week where I haven't filmed a video without visitors to entertain since I moved in August last year. See you in a couple of weeks. Do you want to be part of something bigger and join a community that makes a difference in nature? Check out Planet Wild with this QR code or visit the link in the description. You'll immediately have an impact on nature and see the result in less than 30 days here on YouTube. If you want to see them in action, check out their mission, Restoring an Ancient Forest in Scotland.